I really don't know what the fuck just happened. Great start! Wonderful! Well, happy Valentine's Day to you too! Fucking world, I hate you as well! Happy Valentine's Day. Hi Pill, hi Rio, and everybody who's gonna join in for an hour, maybe? Welcome to the stream. And why do I say an hour? Because I feel like it will not go. It will not last. I won't not. Listen! I wanted to set the mood, okay? I just wanted to set the mood, and this is what I get. I am not burning, okay? I just want to set the tone. Well, thank you! Thank you, dear music, that you played this music! Thank you! Gonna eat my cake. I got them. Not only did I forget to put the cake out of the fridge on time, so now it's still a little bit cold for me, and then when I wanted to set up everything up, VTube Studio didn't want it to work properly because my camera decided to be a bitch, and only after maybe. Hold on. What do I see? What do I see? Okay, I think it's better now. Anyway. It didn't want it to register as the primary camera after 4 or 5 attempts. It finally worked. And then this happened. I started the stream. I thought first that something with the internet is wrong again, because it has been wonky for days now. That there's a period of time, at least once a day, recently, where it just randomly decided to go off. And I sit there and I'm angry at the company. Like, bro, why am I paying you money to work? Not to suddenly go bye-bye on me. But no, that's not the issue this time. For whatever reason, just how it's now OBS to be the bitch. And was like, something's wrong with your stream key. Might wanna check this out. Meanwhile, boop, I turned off. Huh? I never changed anything on the setting. What do you mean my stream key is wrong? Ah, for fuck's sake. But anyway, and as for the reason why I think this stream will not last long, well, as you can read from the stream title, since it's Valentine's Day, I want to read some fanfictions. That is, I'm reading aloud to you. To you, the viewers. Just, you know, a little bit of celebrating love. Even though we cannot have love, we can be lonely together and fantasize together. Well, the thing is, Pill, you were the only person who submitted a fanfiction. That's it! So, unless I find something else, or someone else decided to be so kind to me and give me suggestion. Yeah. It will. Yeah. I have to see what I should do. God. Keep reminding me that I am heir, pretty much. That I am the fucking heir of the industry. At least the cake is good. At least the cake is good. Like, this is such good cake. Oh, you would be so jealous if you see what cake I have. Oh. Okay, I think I deserve that. Bruh. Nah. It's fine. I mean, you're not the only viewer, real, so don't worry. But yeah. Anyway, before we get to the... I'm not jelly of cake because I mean... Yeah, that is true. That you did. And I'm... Even though I do not... I haven't showed it properly, I feel like I was very happy about that. Really. I mean it. I feel like every time someone gifts something to me, I do not come off as sincere as I want to be when it comes to showing my gratitude, I feel like. So... Maybe this is something while everybody is avoiding me. Because I look like a rude bitch. Is loud? Okay. Hold on. Okay, better? Better. Good. Very good then. Anyway, well, how was your day so far? We can start to break the ice, and not with Bob Dick. So, tell me, what did you do the past couple of hours before now? Was that a bottle just now? Bruh. I've been chilling. That's good. Oh, this bottle now sound just now reminded me, like, oh, I keep feeling like this apartment here is haunted in some kind of way. Like, last night, I kept in a long interval hearing a sound what I first thought it was an app opening, and I was like, is there someone in my house? Who's there? And then way later in the morning I realized it's the fucking sink. Water was draining in the kitchen. Oh my god. I know what you can read. You just need to pick one of the many... Wow! Yeah! Awesome idea! I'll keep that in mind. There are just a billion. Bruh. Give me a pairing and then we'll see about that. Nom nom nom. I'm sorry I keep munching on this cake, but it's such good cake. Although I still need to wait a little bit until it's properly in the shape, because it was in the fridge and I only an hour before I put it out. That sounded so wrong and I do not care. And then I read that I have to wait 3 hours from now that I can properly eat it. And I was like, no! I want a cake now! I want this cake! And I want it now! No. How's your day been? Well, if we consider that I almost fell asleep again while watching a video, while sitting on my very uncomfy chair. Huh. I guess it wasn't enough sleep this night. As per usual. Should have taken my melatonin. But no, I did not. It's about like... Right? Well, hey! At least something! Just have to pick out of these 1,700. Although I think I wanna what's the word again? I wanna hold off on somewhere there's intense kissing involved, at least. So like cute interactions, but if we start to French kiss, I think that's too much then already. We wanna have love, some appreciation, some cute romance. And not the 4th stage of fucky. You know what I mean? Why do I feel like fucky is now gonna be... it's gonna be one... something I'm gonna say a lot from now on. Bruh. I think there is some kissing in the face. Well, as long as there's no French kissing, then it's fine. Well, there's one way to check it out. Can you please Can you please, help! Hair! There was gray hair on my fucking keyboard! I'm so old! Oh my god. Oh, I see. I don't speak French, so... Oh my god. Pill, you poor innocent summer child. I'm talking about I don't have a tongue toggle, but with the tongue, interaction, saliva exchange, you know. That is a bottle! That is a fucking bubble! Bubble. That is a bubble I'm hearing. Nah, I think it's gotta be fine. It's gotta be fine. I don't wanna already look for another story, so it's fine. If a cake has the consistent of ice cream. That's what I'm having right now. Because I cannot wait. I want this cake! Sorry if there's French kissing. Well, actually, there's the thing. I haven't seen anything right now. Only that there are a few kisses. But, whatever. Little hard to figure out what is allowed and not allowed when you say no, not safe for work. I mean, I did say that I wanted some no, not safe for work. That is true. I feel like nowadays even steamy hot kisses are already too much for a lot of people. That's, you know, that's it is already been stepping out of the cute romance zone, you know what I mean? That's what I have witnessed so far over the years I have been here. Rio, I seen that wink, bruh. Hell yeah. Thanks for stopping by, even for a couple of minutes. Bye. Oh well. Let's just start, I'd say. And maybe a few more people will join then and give their input, as in suggestions. And honestly, Pill, I know that... Hold on. Hold that thought. No, not me. Not me. You fucking... Candace fucking... Bottle. Get out of here, bitch. It's fine, there's a bot. There was just a bot. Don't worry about it. And Pill, I know why you picked this one specifically. It was because of that one comment I made in the last Honkai stream. Right? I know what you are. What are you talking about? The fanfic you submitted. Yeah. I don't believe you. But yeah. I got you there. Well, anyway, oh, I say we got started. So, from the synopsis I have read, this is before Penacony. Okay, so we will not have any references to characters like Black Swan, Sunday and Robin, Acheron, Aventurine, because we haven't met them yet in this timeline. Fair enough. As well as have not met anyone outside of the Law Fu, as in the other alliances, like the Jiao Xin. Alright. Anyway, this is a Honkai Star Rail fanfic called Shattering of Chains, and this involves Danhong and Stell. And yes, I know why you picked it. I know what you are, brother. Alright. Get some snacks, get some water. Make yourself comfortable, stretch a little bit. Make yourself comfy. Mama's gonna read you a story now. It wasn't the first time Stell had curled up on one of the parlor seats late at night while he... I think that was supposed to be she, because there's he. Never mind. It was always the same every time she did. From over the book. I'm already, oh my god. The fucking grammar. You know? I start from the beginning. It wasn't the first time Stella had curled up on one of the parlor seats late at night while he read. It was always the same every time she did. From over the book he was reading, Danhong would glance at her tucked-in demeanor, knees drawn up to her chest, and head turned to the side, staring blindly out the windows to the galaxy beyond. The nightmares were much like the memories of his past lives, nightly and more than a little intrusive. Still had at least could never remember the nature of said nightmares. Both a blessing and a curse, really. Part of Danhong ached to offer her some reprieve, to hold her and protect her from whatever plagued her mind. Ever since Belobog and the fight against the Supreme Guardian, the instinct had gotten worse. Instigated by the memory of her being impaled by Cocolia's sword of ice. It had unearthed feelings of loss he'd only ever gotten echoes of, and for a brief moment he could hear the roar of the dragon chained up deep inside him in his ears. It had strained to break free in his rage, kept in only by the sight of Stell standing with the flaming sword of Klapoth in her hand, whole and well. Huh? What's wrong? Why the face? Why is the face? Did I say something wrong? No, you didn't. Okay. If you say so. Even so, something had awakened inside him after that fight and wouldn't be quieted. The nightmares had been ongoing since she first joined the Astral Express, but it was after the events of Gerilo 6 that he'd made his presence known to her in those late nights. Danhang just couldn't leave her alone, even as Stell seemed to awaken parts of him he'd spent years shackling deep within. How long do you plan to run? It was Danfang's voice that always taunted him, turquoise eyes glowing as his presence lingered in the depths of his mind. His previous incarnation had a stronger than normal presence thanks to the tempering done during his rebirth, as did the memories of all those before him. It kept Danhang up at night more often than not, trying as he did not to drown in the memories and lose himself. The Xianzhou Lo Fu had made everything worse. There was no bottling the dragon fully back inside, no matter what Danhang tried after the events there. So he resigned himself to his Videadara form in these late nights, bringing with it a host of emotions he had no name for. In his human appearance, everything was dulled to tolerable levels, but in his Videadara form he felt everything. The emotions of the people around him were like lights being shined in his eyes, blinding him. Danghang found March's presence cheerful, but exhausting as every emotion of those around him washed over him. Jing Yuan's was soothing, but vaguely uncomfortable. The general always had a low-level wave of longing and sadness for the friend he'd gone through so much with and lost. Yanxing was similar to March, his exuberance cheerful but tiring in large quantities. Danghang didn't even have words for Blade and Jingliu. The madness of the Mara within both almost threatening to strangle him, just being in their presence. Literally in the case of the former. And then there was Stell. He could hear the hum of the Stellaron inside her like a cackling fire. Hey! I'm sorry. Threatening to turn into a blaze given the right catalyst. Hey! Well, look behind me. Maybe you mistake that for the Stellaron. Okay, I stop. Another thing that made it kind of hard with picking a fanfic was I didn't know how long they were allowed to be. Ah, okay, makes sense. Well, that was a mistake on my part, since there are some who have multiple chapters, but I think for this occasion, a one-shot is fine enough. I guess... Here, see, this is another reason why I think I might be autistic. I assume things are pretty much natural and need to be pointed out. When in case it does need to be pointed out, so my bad. Anyway, where was I? Something with fire, blaze on fire. He could hear the hum of the Stellaron inside her like a crackling fire, threatening to turn into a blaze given the right catalyst. It was the heat to his cold, but even so, she was the most comfortable to be around, like a balm to the wounds opened up by everyone else. Danhang was also forced to acknowledge his own feelings of attraction in regards to his newest companion. Danhang couldn't quite stop his turquoise eyes in this form from running along the lines of her legs or curves or her hips. Oh, buddy. Bite her dinner first. Pinching the bridge of his nose as if he could make it stop through willpower alone. This particular night wasn't different from any of the others, except for two things. Whoa! You picked this and you didn't expect that! Like, bruh. One, he was in his Vidyadhara form, the first time since everything that had happened on the Lawfu. Two, Stell's gaze was towards him instead of facing away. He could feel her eyes on him, and Dan Hang could only partially concentrate on his book. I'm sorry. The dragon's tail lashing behind him under her gaze. His claws twitched against the hardcover in his hands as he tried not to get a feeling of the emotion currently coming off of her, but it was a lost cause. Why am I laughing like a schoolgirl? What the hell? I said I only read a bit of it to make sure it wasn't. So I barely read it. Well, the thing is, there are other indications, like everything should be rated, everything must be rated, and tags. Tags are a thing. It's a cute laughter. Shut up! No, it's not! For fuck's sake! I'm old as shit! I shouldn't laugh at this. Where was I? Curiosity, interest, attraction. Get a room, you two. The dragon wanted to respond in kind. He was not adverse to such attention, and his instincts itched to reciprocate. His teeth ached to bite and claim to— Whoa! Okay, wow, bro. Brother, give some space. To take! And Danang had to close his eyes and take several deep breaths in an attempt to maintain rigid control over himself. Whew! Control, at least, was something he was good at. I forgot about that! Did you forget? Really? Or did you just... Did you not tell on purpose? Something bothering you still? Dan Hang was proud of the fact his voice was, even as he set down the book, was a lost cause for the night anyway. She just stared at him for a long moment, the same way she had at Scale Gorge Waterscape before Fantilia, unspeaking no matter how much he prodded. Finally, after what felt like forever, she asked in her trademark direct way, "Do you hate him?" No guessing who she referred to. Him, Dan Feng. When I was younger, yes. He met her amber gaze directly, his heart beating just a bit faster as he gripped the armrests of his chair. It still wasn't easy to talk about his predecessor without getting angry, but being on the Lawfu had awakened more of his memories once he'd accepted the horned crown of the High Elder. He didn't want to sympathize with Dan Feng, but a part of him did when he thought about his memories surrounding the members of the High Cloud Quintet. Dan Hang could feel the similarities in his own feelings for his comrades on the Astral Express, and it did make it a little easier to speak of him because of it. I am not you, but I understand the feelings towards your friends all too well, how much he valued them. Vidyadhara, when they're reborn, are supposed to have the sins of their past wiped clean. Our souls are the same, but the mind and the person are different each time. Yet you had to pay for his sins. Her voice was achingly gentle as she moved closer, and Dan Hang had to wonder if she knew how hard it was for him to concentrate when she was so close. Stell still wore her standard skirt and the oversized white shirt that fell off one shoulder. But the jacket was gone, showing the smooth pale skin of that shoulder that was so painfully close as she came to sit on the armrest of his chair. Her fingers ran through his long hair absently, and Dan Hang couldn't stop the breath that escaped him as she did so. Now, start braiding his hair! Start braiding his hair! Start braiding his hair! Is that why you hate this form of yours? Maybe you could lower the fire sound a little? Okay, sure, why not? There, better? Is that better? Okay, was there something I have been missing while we edit? No. Okay. In that case, back to work. Now please braid his hair. Braid his hair. Yes, among other reasons. Not that he could remember any of them at the current moment, with her nails lightly grazing his scalp in the most pleasant of sensation. Much as I hate it, I still have a lot of the power of the High Elder. Part of that is the dragon within. I've kept mine locked away for years, wanting nothing to do with it, but with everything on the law fu. He trailed off, shivering as her fingers changed course and traced the edges of his pointed ears. His hand reached up to grab her wrist, mindful to keep the talons of his nails from hurting her. Still, you really shouldn't. You don't understand what... What if I do? She made him look at her with her free hand, her thumb rubbing along the red eyeliner he knew was around his eyes. She smiled, a quick quirk of her lips at his look of surprise. You're not the only one who can do research when need be. Hey, good on you, girl. Good on you, girl! Shut up. Taking a cake. Nom nom nom. His tail curled around her ankle, holding still where she was. Not that she was even resisting, though that might have been worse if she was. Dan Hang found himself having a hard time remembering how to breathe. The beast inside was straining to come out, to respond to the challenge in her eyes that never left his. And even his iron will was faltering under the purposeful touches of her hands. Dan Hang let her wrist go, and she immediately went back to tracing along the outside of his ears, stopping briefly to admire the earring that hung from the left. Oh, 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 oh. I like you, Dan Hang. Foolish, reckless Stell, he thought with fondness, even as his heart dropped while she charged forward, heedless of the dangers that surrounded her words. Human or Vidyadhara, or... She glanced down towards the dragon tail that gripped her leg tighter. Oh, oh. Heedless in the one it belonged to, as it reacted more to his inner desires than what his mind kept telling him. Is there a fully dragon form? His throat was dry, unable to speak without it coming out as a very draconic sounding growl. So Dan Hang nodded instead in a final effort to maintain the shackling chains of the dragon that strained harder than it ever had against him. Is it getting hot in here? Listen, you chose this! How long do you plan to run? Danfang's whisper echoed in his ears as for a moment he could see his visage just beyond Stell's shoulder. His face so similar to his own, but infinitely different. Colder in some ways, but seemingly almost pitying before it vanished like a ghost in the wind. "Give in," the voice of his own ancestry whispered. The heart of the dragon that beat inside of him is a siren call. Behind it, the voices of all his past lives echoed, beckoning him to accept what he'd spent years viciously denying. What Stell's gentle touch seemed to urge him to accept. What she already had. Danhang wasn't sure when he moved, only that he could feel the Oh! I'm sorry. Hui! Okay, let me try to do this one in the straightest voice I could do! Bro! I'm so used to reading such things on my own! And not like a bedtime story! Danhang wasn't sure he moved, only that he couldn't feel the softness of her lips on his as he towered over her. Stell's body pressed back into the seat of the parlor car by his own. Never one to wilt in the face of potential danger. She pressed on, returning his kiss with one of her own, nails digging into his arms as he felt the last chain inside him break, shattering into a million tiny pieces that refracted with images from all his previous lives. It was an overwhelming onslaught, but her touch kept him rooted in the present instead of getting lost in the visions of the past. His lips moving to her bare shoulder. Oh, that her dragon had itched the bark of his own will. Free of its chains, Danhang didn't resist the temptation, fangs biting gently at the skin. Her gasp of surprise spurring him on further as his attention zeroed in on her alone, the rest of the world around him drowned out by the roaring in his ears. With him in the heat of long sang in relief at being free, being accepted, and something in him did feel much more complete as the echoes of his past life settled, fading deeper into the recesses of his mind. He could feel them there, waiting if called on, but no longer felt like ghosts haunting him that he couldn't escape. Danhang felt like he could breathe, even the dragon quieted with a pleased rumble. And as it settled, Danhang came back to himself and pulled away from her neck, staring at the marks he'd left on the shoulder in terror, even as a deeper primal part of him felt pleased despite it all. I can't do that! Guess this is something I have from my father, that prude. Ugh. Catch it. Did you catch that? Okay, good. Moving on. Still, I'm so. She placed a hand over his mouth before he could keep going, shaking her head. I'm not. As calmly as possible, sweat. I'm really not used to this. Oh my god. It's not over. She leaned up and kissed his cheek, his tail loosening from her leg and instead wrapping around her like a protective wrap. The feathery tip of it brushing against the shoulder he'd bitten. Her hand ran through his bangs as his own hand touched her face, looking for any sign of fear or revulsion, and finding none, he tried to look away, ashamed of what he'd done. But Stell's other hand came up and kept him from looking away from her. I don't care what you are or who you were, you're just Danhang to me. She punctuated it with a nibble at his neck. Her devilish smile meeting his aggrieved look. I'd like to think after this. She motioned to her shoulder where fangs had pierced her skin, dotting it with pearls of red. It would be safe to say the feeling is reciprocated. Yes! Not the way I'd have chosen to tell you, but yes. He hadn't planned to say anything at all, but if he had, it wouldn't have been this way. Still, the words died in his throat as her nails raked along the... Oh my god. I thought... My mind! The words died in his throat as her nails raked along the length of his tail. His trident tail! You degenerates! A shiver going through his body and a growl coming from his throat unbidden as he curled it tighter around her, holding her close to him as he pressed his forehead against hers, his fangs baring a bit. Even his voice had echoes of the dragon's rumbling growls as he told her, "That's not playing fair." It indeed isn't! And planet... You know I have the might. My apologies, Stella's smile said, the exact opposite, playing with the tip of his tail that was nestled in a crook of her neck. It would be a lie if I said I disliked the sight of you, though. I know your heritage and the power that came with it causes you grief. But you do seem more at ease, like you're in the skin you belong in. Regardless, you'll always be just Dunhung to me. Had anyone come into the parlor at that moment, they'd have probably met the business end of Cloud Piercer. But in the middle of the night, it was just the two of them and the galaxy beyond the windows that bore witness to the rumbling purr that came from his throat. People, purr! You mean as in... Like this? Gotcha now! Bitch. Stell actually giggled, the vibrations tickling against her throat, and Dunhung took several deep breaths as he could feel the dragon within him quieting. He almost laughed at the disappointed look on her face as his long hair faded away, replaced instead by his usual short messy hair that belonged to his human visage. Everything became more muted around him again, except the pounding of his heart in his ears. But the look on her face never changed, despite the change in his appearance. "You're a menace," he said, the words fondly, however, and savored the feeling of her as he hugged Stell to him, stealing a kiss for himself before she could say anything in retort. "The long hair really is hot on you. Stell!" And hi! My name is Celestia Ludenberg. Well, hi Celeste! Welcome to the stream. It's good that you only now joined. I am glad. So you missed out on something. No, actually, no, you did not miss out. You came perfect. You came perfect. I didn't say anything. The fic I was trying to suggest was one called Beauty and the Prankster. Ooh! Well, thank you! I'm gonna keep that in mind. Yes, thank you! But I still have this one to go. It doesn't take long anymore. Is it... Right, is it not safe for work? That's the thing. Oh god, where was I? Oh yeah, there I was. Nope, I don't write not safe for work. Oh, it's written by you! Ooh. Okay, sure. Sure. Cool. Well, then we're gonna see in a minute what you have in store. I'm so awkward right now, I'm so sorry. The long hair really is hot on you, she whispered with a grin against his lips once he loosened his grip. I also think it's a waste that you hide your arms under your jacket. Dong-han let said jacket fall to the floor and still ran her hands along his biceps in a tease. With everything muted, however, his control was far better than he hoisted her up in his arms without issue. Her dignified yelp somewhat satisfying as her arms wrapped around his neck instinctively. Just for you, he whispered, making his way back to the passenger car and to her room door. He slid it open with his foot, the room surprisingly Spartan, but clearly lived in with little trinkets she'd been given from people she'd met scattered all around. Making his way to her bed, Danhang indulged himself in one more kiss that left her staring dazedly at him with that self-satisfying grin on her face. Then he dropped her unceremoniously on her bed. What the indeed, huh? Oh. Help! She was sprawled out in an awkward heap, staring at him incredulously as he paused at her door and gave her his own slight grin. Good night, he winked, pleased by her annoyed and flushed face before shutting her door, chuckling under his breath as he heard what had to be a shoe hitting the door from the inside. Okay, that was good. He made a brief stop to retrieve his discarded jacket before returning to the archives, leaning against the door as soon as he shut it, head banging against it once. She really will be the death of me. Even though it calmed, Danhang could still feel his heart pounding in his chest, the dragon purring in satisfaction even as he crawled into his futon, feeling too energized to truly sleep. It was not surprising in the least that he looked a little worse for wear come morning. Taking some of Himiko's jet-fueled coffee without complaint when he finally gave up. Stella was already there, eating across from March, and their eyes met like stars colliding in the sky as he passed them. She grinned, a quick flash of expression before it faded behind her next bite of food. He smiled ever so faintly before letting it fall away behind his mug of coffee, the vicious liquid going down his throat like molasses. It would be their little secret. For now. Oh my god. Why did I decide to do this? Oh, yeah, sorry. Beauty and the Prankster. Let me see. On which side is it then? Is it on Archive of Your Own or a fanfic net? Okay, gotcha. man, it's been a while since I last was on this side. Huh. Sheesh. Beauty and the Prankster. Let's see. Is this the one? Bart Simpson marries Sophie Kristofsky? Yep, okay, wow. Yes, I am a human, you fucking bot. What would you give the fanfic I picked? Listen! Pill, I am so exhausted after this read. Like, bruh. My brain juice is not existent anymore. So, bruh. You're welcome. Fuck you. Platonically. Fuck you. Affectionately. But fuck you. Alright, Beauty and the Prankster by you, Celeste. And it's a very cute one-shot from what I can see. Bart and Sophie are college sophomores. He gets a note in his locker saying, "I need to ask you something privately. Please come to the park, signed Sophie Kristofsky." He immediately goes to the park after school, asking, "Sophie, what's up?" She gets on her knees, showing a wedding ring she saved up 14 years allowance for, asking Bartholomew J. Simpson, "As your girlfriend, I ask for your hand in holy matrimony. Will you please marry me?" Aww, Bart says yes, definitely, absolutely. Cute. That night at dinner, he drops the news. When Marge asks, any names for kids? I'm sorry, I cannot do a Marge voice. Bart says if it's a boy, after Grandpa Clancy, and if we have a daughter, after Grandma Jacqueline. That idea warms Marge's heart. Aww. That night, Lisa asks, "What's the plan for the wedding?" Bart said, "July 3rd, Springfield, beach house, with food by the sea, Captain." And, hold on. He calls Phineas and says, "Phineas, I'm finally marrying Sophie Kristofsky. I want you to be my best man and Isabella to sing. July 3rd, Springfield, beach house." You'll do it? Thanks! Then hangs up. Lisa said, "Going all out, huh?" Bart says, "What can I say? Sis Sophie deserves it. Just don't make it too late." Maggie has her skateboard finals against Tony Hawk the next day. Oh! Tony Hawk! Awesome! The next day she needs her beauty sleep. Lisa said, "That's right, Maggie is only 12 and already a skateboarding champion." Bart smirked with pride. Respect to that girl! Heck yeah! Woo! On July 3rd, the big day arrives. Bart and Sophie get married, with Lisa now age 16 as the bridesmaid and Maggie now age 13 as the flower girl. And he even called a favor from Danville, having Phineas as his best man. 6 months later, they have their firstborn, a girl with Bart's yellow hair and Sophie's eyes, with their name Jacqueline after Bart's grandma. 3 more years pass and it's a boy with Sophie's blue hair they named Clancy after Bart's grandpa. The end. Ah, isn't that cute? Woo! Applause! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Bravo! mean it. Bravo! That was so sweet. That was so sugar. Mwah. Thank you for this. Celeste, thank you for this. That was cute. That was nice. Ah. You deserve, actually you deserve a piece of my cake. I wish I could give you, but I cannot. But in honor to you, I take this bite. So good. What about me? You of course do. Yes, you deserve it too. Even though you are not the one who wrote the first fanfic. You just found it. And wanted to make a fool out of me by reading it. Nah, that would be too mean. Here, have one. Say, come. Prank. Nom. Nom nom nom. Ah. All right. Nom 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 nom. So now I have to find some more if I want to keep this up, or find another activity to do. But no, that would be such a pain now. Just gotta give this a like. Nom nom nom. God, there's so much going on right now. Discord is burning, Zitter is burning, like usual. Whoop-de-doo. Is there any other fanfics we could find? I mean, we could start with deciding which fandom. And which fandom we're gonna look for. I mean, we have options. They have options. Genshin? Oh wow. Basically, you want me to open Pandora's box. Okay, gotcha. Gonna put the rating. General audience. That sounds nice, I think. Sort and filter. Because this has the most fluff involved. I already opened it by looking at Honkai stuff. I guess. Well, let's see. Let's see what we can find. I mean, there's already so much. Maybe I should also pick a language, because word count, no. Where's the language option? Why can I not find the language option? Am I stupid? I think I am. Whatever. Let's see what we can find. Scratching. Which does look... What does pique my curiosity, I wonder? God damn it! I was about to say I found something, but then I see language Espanol. I cannot speak Spanish, so I cannot curse in Spanish. Ah! Fine. Let me... No smut. This is already very good. Very good. No warnings, just cuties. Tooth rotting flood. Perfect. You are perfect. What does the rating mean? General audience, meaning that even little children can read. And well, it's like the age with what's this name? Age rating. I cannot remember the name of that. In dumb. In general is for rated for everybody. Rated E for everybody. As in E. E. Well on this side, E is bad because it says explicit. E stands for explicit. There's the whole the you know what I mean? I get it. Good. Yeah, their rating system is a little bit different. But nonetheless, I found something. Hooray! This is a Genshin one. And it contains our favorite Sumeru roommates! Alhaitham and Kave! And they were roommates! They are canonly roommates! Which makes it perfect! And their banter. Even in game, their banter. It just screams. They're married. And they were roommates. I love these two. So, the story is called Wouldn't Have It Any Other Way. Okay? Makes me concerned, but I'm trusting the text. I'm trusting the text. Oh, hey, son, do you have my keys? Kave calls from the kitchen as he digs through the cabinet underneath the sink. He doesn't know why his keys would ever be there, but he's already searched everywhere under the sun for them. He doesn't have much to do or anywhere important to get to, but now he's fixated on finding his keys. That his mind isn't even on his destination anymore. Right now, his only goal is to find his keys for the sake of his sanity. Oh, I get it. It's a reference to... See, there is another reason why these guys are so married. Their idols match. When Alhaitham first got released, he has an idol where he holds a pair of keys and was like, huh? Whatever. And then Kaveh came out. That sounds wrong. As a character. And he has one where he wants to grab his key. Wait, where are my keys? Not again! This is so cute! Like, bruh, what? However, I know what you're doing. Anyway. He doesn't even have much to do or anywhere important to get to, but now he's fixated on finding his keys. That his mind isn't even... Oh, I already read that, sorry. Ugh, I need a sip. Also think I found another one. Hey, let's go! He'd been looking all morning with no luck, but he's already has a good idea on where they are, if they weren't anywhere else in the house. Al-Haytham must have his keys. Either that, or he missed a spot in his relentless search for them, which he highly doubts because he has been looking everywhere. After waiting a bit for a response that never came, he huffed and stood up straight. He then made his way to Al-Haytham's bedroom. Ooh! It was just down the hall near his own. Despite their relationship, Kaveh still has his own room, but it goes unused most of the time since he finds himself sleeping in Al-Haytham's bed with him. Other than that, them making their romantic relationship official didn't change their dynamic in the slightest. Wow, one look at chat and I already lost where I am. Fuck. Where was I? Al-Haytham is still one of the most insufferable people he's met. He's lucky I love him, or else I would have torn his head off by now, he thinks to himself as he reaches Al-Haytham's door. He pushed the door open, unannounced, and his eyes set on Al-Haytham, who was sitting on the edge of the bed. It was an open book that he is reading in his left hand and keys dangling from his other hand. Kaveh's keys. Many assume that Al-Haytham is the mature of the two in the relationship, but they couldn't be more wrong. He has to be the pettiest person Kaveh has met. With a heavy sigh, Kaveh walks over to Al-Haytham and reaches out to get his keys, just for Al-Haytham to pull them away. He can't be serious. Kaveh once again tries to get his keys, and again, he pulls them away. No! He's doing the Kung Fu Master bit! No! Al-Haytham, you monster! Kaveh grits his teeth and crosses his arms, looking down at the sitting man. Seriously? You're behaving like a child! He's trying to train. Yes! Yes, exactly! Oh my god. This is getting better. Did you say something? I couldn't exactly hear you over the ego you claim I have. Al-Haytham said stubbornly as he shut his book. It closed with a sharp snap that served as punctuation to his sentence. Hold on, can I maybe, hold on. Taking one of my books. Hasn't that much of an effect, damn it. Oh, I still have this book. Perfect. And yeah, I still have books. I like to read from actual books from time to time, and not from ebooks. I am not sure if this fanfic will work. It doesn't make it clear who is talking and just shows when someone is talking with train who it is. Maybe I just don't know how fanfics work. I mean... I mean, it is stories. Maybe if I try a little bit of voice acting, then it might be a little bit clearer. I mean, it's like any other story in a novel, just that it's fan-made. Anyway, where was I? Kavik grits his teeth at the reminder of what he said to Alhaitham during the argument earlier that day. Usually their confrontations are simply them bickering over minuscule things such as the dishes or whether cow milk is better than almond milk. It's not, by the way. Wow. I am not talking about the one you are reading right now. Talking about the one... Oh! Oh, did you found perhaps a chat fic? These exist too. They're more like constructed like actual chat logs. Maybe this is what you have found. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me right now. However, this morning it was a full-blown argument. It still weighed heavily on Kave's mind, but by the looks of it, Alhaitham got over it rather quickly. Like, none of Kave's words reached his ear. Even if they did, they'd go out the other. Talking to Alhaitham is like speaking to a brick wall. He may as well look in the mirror and talk to his damn self. At least he'd get a response that time. With narrowed eyes and gritted teeth, he tries to snatch the keys again, but to no avail. You're not leaving, Alhaitham states. Says who? Says the man with your keys. Alhaitham jiggled the keys right in his face, as if dangling a carrot in front of a rabbit. He's so infuriating sometimes. Kavi loves him to death, sure, but oh, he can get on his last nerve. Fire and lightning meet. Okay. Gonna make another fire and lightning meet. I'm gonna look at it in a second. Kaveh groans and takes a seat next to Alhaitham on the edge of his bed. You frustrate me. I know. And you test my patience. I know. But luckily, I love you. Kaveh finished, looking at Alhaitham expectantly. Cute, but that's not getting your keys back. What an asshole! Alhaitham chuckles at the way Kaveh's face looks at him in disbelief. I'm not letting you leave angry. Before Kaveh can interject, Alhaitham interrupts. You'll say you're not angry anymore, but you are. Right. This is good. Right, Alhaitham has this weird rule where neither of them can go to sleep angry or leave the house or area they're in angry. In his words, it avoids us holding grudges. Honestly, it works. Kaveh's the type of person who holds grudges for years if he can. Fine, I guess I'm still a bit upset. However, I'm justified. You asked me to go to the market without 1, saying good morning to me, 2, giving me a kiss, and 3, without even fucking looking at me. He knows the sound petty now that he is saying it out loud, but it upsets him so much this morning. Aww. Oh, baby. Baby just wants some affection. That and the fact that the deadlines on his projects are approaching, having to teach at the academia tomorrow, and spontaneous depression. So yes, he is rather upset. Kavi, my boy. He's so relatable. I love him. Well, do you want your good morning and your kiss now? I love the I'm jealous fan song that has been made. Oh, this one! You have seen it! It's beautiful! I love this! Oh my god! Yes! Yes! And I am in the whole heart belief that if it weren't for Hoyo Fair, if it wasn't supposed to be for Hoyo Fair, so as in if this weren't an official event that is overseen by a Hoyoverse, instead of I'm jealous, they would have said I'm in love. 100%. Change my mind. Spoiler, you can't. No, it's not even morning anymore. You're too late. The best you can do is a good afternoon. And a kiss. Alhaitham sighs and looks to his side at Kavi. Alright, good afternoon, and Kavi feels a soft pair of lips press against his temple, but only for a second before they pull away. Better? Kavi sighs and shakes his head. You kissed me wrong! Alhaitham furrows his eyebrows and leans over to Kavi, clearly trying to assess what the hell his lover is talking about. Even if he doesn't know what he's talking about, Kavi knows what he's talking about, obviously. He simply sits there, waiting for the other to figure out what he means by kissed me wrong. He was trying to be a dumb. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Then almost as if a light bulb flickered to life in his head, Alhaitham lets out a small ah before leaning in to press another kiss on the others, this time on his lips. He then pulls back. Better? Yes! Kavi responds, now fully satisfied. Well, not fully, but enough. The blonde huffs and lets his upper body fall back onto Alhaitham's soft mattress. I don't feel like going to the market anymore. He groans and rolling into his stomach and dramatically putting his face in the pillows. You smell like Alhaitham. Well, I wonder why. Who has come to smell like Kavi? I wonder why! Then don't go. Kavi didn't look up, but he could tell Alhaitham was now lying beside him. Close, too. Not that there was anything Kavi minded. Finally, he picks up from the pillow at the man to his right. We need eggs, milk, bread, and more meat. How else are we going to eat dinner? We'll eat out. Oh, we'll eat out. I don't have money to eat out, Kavi says, his voice muffled by the pillow underneath him. Hold on. In that case, do I have something? Oh, perfect. I don't have money to eat out. That's better. Okay, Alhaitham says selflessly. Kavi hates it when he does that. He doesn't like relying on Alhaitham for things like money when he's already living in this goddamn house. As if sensing Kavi's disapproval, the man sighs. Think of it as a sorry for earlier. Perfect acting. You think? Thanks. Thank you, thank you. Kavi just sighs and nods, knowing he can't change Al-Haytham's mind. Even with them having an official-ish relationship. What word is that? Just say official! It still feels wrong being pampered and complimented and taken care of. Luckily for Kavi, Al-Haytham isn't very verbal with his affection. And neither is he, but Al-Haytham does listen and will buy things for Kavi out of the blue. Like once, he was talking about how he wanted a new pencil set for his rough sketches, but it was $50 for a bunch of fucking pencils. The next day, he walked into their shared study and found a new pencil set on his desk. Aww! Al-Haytham works in silence, but it still feels foreign to be cared of, if that makes sense. Aww! Cute! Kavi realizes that he was drifting off again, snaps back to the present and notices Al-Haytham dozing off beside him, and he can't hold back the small smile that graces his lips. He was up all night studying some artifact nothing Kavi understands or wants to understand, honestly. No wonder he's so tired despite the early hour. Kavi can't help but admire his lover's peaceful appearance as his breathing slowed. Al-Haytham's hair now fully covers his left eye, leaving only one eye visible. His lips are parted slightly and Kavi can very faintly feel the soft minty breath exiting them. He's just so beautiful. Eventually Al-Haytham blinks awake from his very short slumber, but he doesn't open his eyes right away, just enough to look at Kavi. I closed my eyes to blink and next thing I knew I was asleep. He speaks with a slightly apologetic tone, but Kavi couldn't care less about Al-Haytham sleeping. You may as well get all the sleep you need before dinner. Kavi scoots closer to Al-Haytham until he close enough to nuzzle his face against his neck. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Sir. Kavi usually isn't this affectionate, but he has his moments. He feels arms wrap around his waist. Whoa! In a gentle embrace. Whoa! An embrace that spreads warmth through his body and calms his mind. It's as if everything melts away when he's with Al-Haytham. The deadlines, the upcoming lecture he'll give, the lectures he give. Sorry, I didn't see the comma. The groceries from the market, the thoughts running through his mind, they all disappear as if they were never there. And he wouldn't have it any other way. Hey, roll credits! How can something be official-ish? Official means complete. I don't know! I didn't write this. That was cute. That was very cute. Wait, hold on. What's this? I think I found what you were looking for already. Wait, hold on. Whoa! I can already see. This is harem. This is harem. Bro! You just found a harem! One look at all the tags regarding relationships, and what do I see? Ether Mavuika, Ether A, Jean and Ether, Eula and Ether, Amber and Ether, Ether and Yelan, Beto and Ether. That is harem. Oh my god. What is the synopsis anyway? Okay. Archon's duking it out for the Traveler. I see. And now I see what you mean, that it's kind of... the structure. Yeah, I feel like that won't do. Sorry. Anyway, cake! Oh my goodness, I'm already at 1:30? How? How did I do that? I only read 3 fanfics. Time flies when you read. Well, I guess. And still. Whoa! Whoa! Well, while I'm still munching, I can still look for some other nice story. Oh yes, you are so corny. And I mean corny, not orny. You degenerates out there who's gonna watch the VOD. If they're gonna watch the VOD, whatever. What else is there? Wanna stay in this fandom or switch to another? We could try another. Now which one then? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit focused because I saw something. Not something for the stream, but for later, because I came to realize that now I happen to find a lot of alternate universes where the characters are VTubers straight up. And I'm like, whoa, cool! 999. I feel like with 999 that we might reach into spoiler territory because I haven't finished the game on stream, at least. I know what's happened, but you don't. So yeah, I don't know if that is a good idea. I mean, if I happen to find an alternate universe, that is. Something more common like Nintendo. Interesting. Nintendo. Nintendo in general? All fandoms. Where are the video game? There. Nintendo. I just find specific games like Nintendo Land, Nintendogs, and Nintendo Switch Sports. There are fanfics about Nintendo Switch Sports! Then again, if you find fanfics about Auf Streife, then I shouldn't be surprised. Matt and Reader? Huh? Actually... Oh my god, I have to scroll so much! Matt from Wii Sports. Listen, I don't have this game. The only games I own for the Switch are mostly not Nintendo related. The only Nintendo related I have is Mario Kart. And I only bought that because I got invited into a collab with Chow. But goes to show dedications for friends. For a collab alone, I buy games. Even if they are huge sums of money, like Nintendo. What the fuck were you giving your games out for so much money? Metal Gear? Again, there might be spoilers. We still need to get to the meat of the franchise. My guy! The best characters are yet to come! But Nintendo, wait. Nintendo. While we're at the subject of Mario. Mario! 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 Where's Mario? You goddamn plumber! I don't want specific games. I just want Mario. Is that too much to ask for? Sheesh. I would say Super Mario, but there might be some cursed stuff there. Why? What could be so cursed in Mario? It's Mario! Super Mario related fandoms. This is what. What the? Hey, what? There's actually a game that is called Super Lesbian Animal RPG. What? What is this? I need to know. For research, for science. What the fuck is this? What is this? I need to know for research. Oh, this actually looks cute. Hey yo, I wasn't sure when I read the title, but hey yo, this is actually cute. And I feel like this is also a furry's wet dream, but still. Oh, the colors. Ah, the combat is a little bit like Earthbound? Interesting, interesting. Sorry, I got off track. The Power Crown, I mean, I know that the Power Crown existed and Bowsette exists and everything. But still! I put the rating on general, then nothing can go wrong. I know my archive of your own. I spent there hours when the mood is right. Oh my god, this is a long one. Nope, not gonna read this. Okay, one where we are like, okay, let's ditch Peach. Mario goes to Bowser. Nice. The big guy needs love too. What else is there? Oh! Hey, what's the text? Fluff, humor. Oh! Okay, yes, I want to read this. This is about Luigi and Daisy. Oh, they're so cute together! Yes! Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Hell yeah! Some much needed appreciation for Luigi. He is still the cooler brother. Um, is that grapefruit? Oh, so good. And now it's at the right temperature. Smooth and tender. Oh, so good. Okay. One of the best couples. Heck yeah! I know, right? They're so cute! And a lot more healthier than whatever's going on with Mario and Peach. Like, what the fuck? Bruh. Mario, you deserve better. Okay, the story is called Call It Courage. The summer sun shone bright as a sporting match came to a close. One of the people watching the tennis match go down was Hibiscus, and upon hearing that Princess Daisy was the winner of this particular match, she cheered louder than anyone in her row, which earned her some looks. Had a small flag adorned with Princess Daisy's emblem, and she shook it so hard in the air that it was a blur of orange. Unfortunately, in her fervor, her other hand loosened its grip on her ice cream and it plopped on the ground into a sad heap. No! Not the ice cream! Hibiscus felt a slight damper on her mood by the loss of her ice cream, but it was swiftly forgotten when she saw what was going on the court. Princess Daisy was carrying some equipment with the help of Luigi, and the way that he was looking at her sparked a memory of the first and only time that Hibiscus was able to meet her. But she needed to find some ice cream first before she reflected on that memory. Yeah, priorities! Ice cream! She moved her way through the rows of seats to go to the ice cream stand, hastily placing her small flag into her pocket for safekeeping. Once she traversing through the faster, usually deserted hallway that led out to the lobby that sold refreshments, she noticed that a sporting equipment room's door was left slightly open. She strained to push it close, thinking of how the door was so heavy that one couldn't get their voice past it, and she looked up to the door when it finally shut closed. Hibiscus shook her head, thinking people could be so careless. Bruh. Okay. Happy food. I actually need to drink. Good meat. Where was I actually? This particular thought carried over because luck didn't seem to be on her side as she attempted to hunt down a new ice cream cone, and it was starting to be disheartening to be kept away from the delicious treat. Hibiscus huffed quietly as she tried to find an ice cream stand, as the one she originally got ice cream from was closed. Damn! That is rough. That's rough, buddy. The span of time meant that she could idly think of her memory of meeting Princess Daisy. Hibiscus had chewed on her thumb, her knees knocking as she stepped to shake Princess Daisy's hand. It wasn't hard to understand why, in Hibiscus' opinion, as she was just so cool. But once she was able to talk to the princess, it was energetic but personable, and Hibiscus felt her nervousness melt away. Except there was a moment where Princess Daisy's excitement shone out even more, so like the sun. When she talked about Luigi and all the adventures he got up to put it simply, it was intense. It didn't take very long to figure out what was bringing beneath the surface, or to put two and two together that whatever was simmering between them was mutual. It was the sort of energy that would make others around them internally grouse for them to figure it out already. Hibiscus wasn't too familiar with Luigi though, so her quest for ice cream was forgotten momentarily to go see what others may think of him. I only met him once, so I think he's a little of an airhead, but he's sweet, one lock lady concluded. Who is this about? Well, from the text, this is a third-person view on Daisy and Luigi, how they interact. And I feel like they're gonna be like, "Hey, you two should kiss!" If this happens, I'm gonna laugh. I don't know who that is, Tosterenan said when Hibiscus asked him. She tried to pantomime what characteristics she didn't know of him, a fearful tremble, and didn't get any answers. As a last resort, she brought up Luigi's big brother, and the Tosterenan said, "I don't know who that is either." Someone who doesn't know Mario? Who are you? Get out of here! One time I saw Luigi slip on an ice cube, get up, and slip on the same ice cube. Bro, what? What is the slander? Of course it's a fucking toad. A toad recounted, a strange awe in his voice, like that level of clumsiness was admirable. Bro! What a dick! After getting these anecdotes and a few others, Hibiscus came to a conclusion about this man. Luigi was embarrassing. Hey! What? Supremely so? You're getting cancelled. Whoever you are. However, it wasn't in a cruel summarization. It was more of her wanting him to get it a little more together. If he was ever going to cross the line from platonic to romantic with Princess Daisy. Under a certain light, it might even look endearing. Hibiscus already knew from experience that Princess Daisy found it extremely endearing. Aww. He is the clumsy type. Still, you can be a little bit nicer about it. My man deserves better. Hibiscus briefly thought that there was no accounting for good taste in that situation, and then immediately felt guilty about that thought. But that was swept away when she started to hear other attendees talk worriedly about the fact that Princess Daisy hadn't been seen for a long time, and Luigi was missing too. The wheels turned in Hibiscus' mind, and realization hit her that she made a pretty big mistake. Nobody would have been able to hear their shouts for help because of that door. She ran back to the deserted hallway that she had gone down to go to the lobby, and quickly unlocked the door. With her great force, she was able to wrench the door open. Hibiscus saw Luigi and Princess Daisy wrapped up in an wrapped up in an embrace and locked in a sweet kiss. An overflow of long hidden feelings bringing in forth. Let's go, my man! Yes! I'm sorry I'm rooting. I was rooting. It seemed incredibly rude to look at them in that state. so her head whipped away from the scene and her breath went through her teeth in an embarrassed exhale. Yeah, get out of here! She heard a startled yelp, heard the soft sound of her head falling to the ground, and still took a few seconds before looking back. Mary stood Hey! No! I am pretty much here. I am from ASDF movie, The Moon. Who yells, "Hey! You dirty kids!" Where was I? They had stopped kissing, but Princess Daisy held onto Luigi's hand, his other hand holding his head as they walked out of the crowded storeroom. See, Luigi, there was nothing to worry about. Someone was gonna let us out eventually, Daisy said, turning her head to give him a grin. When her gaze was upon Hibiscus, it took her a few seconds before her face lit up in recognition. Oh, I remember you, Princess Daisy said, fixing up her mussed hair with one hand. You're Hibiscus, right? Thanks for letting us out. But I accidentally locked you in. Thanks for that too! Princess Daisy's actually locking us in a room finally got us to talking and, well, you saw. Hibiscus pulled at her collar and looked away. It seemed like the polite thing to do. The conversing out in the stands hadn't died down and it sparked another topic of discussion. Uh-oh, what time is it? What time is it? Luigi asked, but it seemed rather obvious by the worried chatter that the match outside was missing a player. I have to get back out of there. Oh. Hi, Clara. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I appreciate you being here. How's the Valentine going? I feel like my voice is gonna be dead tomorrow by all the reading I'm doing, but I'm fine. I have company, I have meat, I have cake. Right now I'm doing good. And you? Nom 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 nom. The fanfics out of it. Of course, you would laugh about me, Pill. Bruh. You are such a bruh. Clara, please read my rules. Thank you. But I appreciate the support. Anyway, where was I? Metal hair is very cute, thank you! It took a long ass time to get it to work. Like, brother. Oh, I can't believe it's almost a year since I managed to do this. Holy. Oh, I'm old. I keep reiterating at the rules. Please don't. After the stream, okay? I'll think about it. Where was I? But before she ran away back to the tennis court, she took a moment to hold onto Luigi's shoulders and press a kiss to his cheek. Sorry, I forgot to say, I love you too. Oh. This is so cute. And with that, she ran off down the hallway. Luigi's gaze was locked on her. A dreamy smile on his face, like Princess Daisy was the moon and stars as he brushed off his hat. He didn't do a very good job at first, as Hibiscus could see a dust bunny clinging to the hat that he somehow missed. When he brushed it away, his eyes locked with Hibiscus' own. Hibiscus gave him a scrutinizing look, having to tip her head up slightly because he was tall. He hadn't pulled his hat back on and his hair was quite ruffled. Very obvious sign that Princess Daisy has gotten her hands all tangled up in his hair when they were kissing. Whoa! Hum. Humada, 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 humada. Excuse me? Pink still stained his cheeks. And if Hibiscus wasn't wrong, then his lips very much showed that he'd just gotten the daylights kissed out of him by Princess Daisy. Whoa! She went in! She just went in! It always has been blue, huh? What are you talking about? Daisy tried to kill Luigi. Well, let's be fair. Wouldn't be that much of a bad death. You can't lie to me, I have seen your VODs. But no, seriously, I didn't change anything. From beginning of this VOD to now, I never changed the color. It always has been this. I mean, you can check it out if you want. From the entirety, I haven't touched VTube Studio at any given time anymore. That's not what I'm... Huh? In other streams, you have... Oh, okay, yeah. I felt more like blue this time. Okay? Like I'm blue, double D double die, double D double die, double D double die, and so on. Wait, what was I? And if Hibiscus wasn't wrong, then his lips very much showed that he'd just gotten the daylight kissed out of Princess Daisy. He took in Hibiscus' look. His face flushed to an impressive shade of tomato red, and he looked away as he cleared his throat and his hands wrung out his head. Hibiscus put her hands to her chin and nodded. She was right. He was embarrassing. She softened her expression. Get her ice cream. What? He sounded surprised. Get her ice cream, Hibiscus repeated. She's gonna need something sweet after she gets first place, you know? Ah, right, Luigi said, hurriedly loving his hat on his head. By the way, what was this that I just did? He added, in this weather, ice cream might be better than a trophy. She had to give him 1 point in his favor. Luigi didn't walk off to go find ice cream as expected, however. He gave a warm, friendly smile and asked, I think I have enough coins for 2 ice cream. It's really hot, so you do what... Do you want one too? Oh! He's a gentleman! Yeah! Hibiscus tilted her head before nodding. It was then that it really clicked with why Princess Daisy had been very enthusiastic about him. Though she couldn't really tell if it was because her bias in favor of ice cream came into play. As they walked off together to find a place to buy ice cream, Hibiscus thought that if Princess Daisy chose him, then she wished him happiness. Yes, let's go, sir! Just treating them! ladies. That's the ladies, man. Luigi's getting all the ladies. Hey. And that's the end. Yeah! Woo! 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 Ah, need to scratch my leg. That's sweet. Yeah, that was really sweet. Like, bro, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? He's so cute. This is cute. Luigi's getting all the ladies, but just need one lady, and that's Daisy. Yes! Exactly. Let's go. You get me. All right. We hit the 2-hour marks. How many stories did I read now? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, was it? This was number 4? No, it was 4. It was yours, then there was this from Celeste, then there was, yeah, 4, You know what I mean. Good so. I mean, we can squeeze in another story if we find something. That's exactly what I was about to say. One more and then call it a night. Exactly. Wow. It's as if you have read my mind. Get out of my head, sir. Buy me dinner first. Alright, let's see. Where can we wander off to next? I will live rent-free. No! No! Either pay up or leave. No, don't actually leave. You know what I mean. Oh my god. Sonic, of course. The master of disaster. Oh god, no. And there's Rio again. Oh god, no. How can you summon Rio back? Threaten someone with Sonic. Nice. I've been here the whole time, been just lurking. Ah. Well, he got you out of the lurking zone by threatening us with Sonic. Better? Sorry, I was distracted by another very interesting sounding title for a video game. It's called Strip Poker Night at the Inventory. Huh?
Money.
Here is the rent money for the Mind House.
Okay. Well, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Thanks for the $3 dono. The what? He wants to live in my head. And I said, no, no rent free, pay up or leave. Anyway, where was I? And so I paid up. I guess you did. Although, $3, a little bit low, don't you think? Nah, I'm kidding, don't give more. Save your money. Hey, I mean, in comparison with how much I have to pay rent for this shaky little thing. More crazy, Yes, yes I do. No, the titles you said. Oh, yeah, the title. That was, let me see if I can find this again. Why am I doing this? No. Why am I doing this? Here, strip poker night at the inventory. Actually, now I'm really curious. What is this? Strip poker night at the inventory. What is this? Okay. Strip Poker Night at the Inventory is a free, open source and community-run project. All characters represented within are 18 plus and the... I mean, makes sense. Good. Good. Nothing problematic. All in consent. They have their own website. Should I click on this? I wanna know. What is this? I mean, makes sense that that is a loot game. Is there a story though? Apparently not. Just play strip poker and get your opponent naked. Huh. Okay. Well, let's see what we can find. What should we pick out of this? Okay. Well, I cannot choose, actually. We are doing a Sonic fanfic, right? As per your wish. Because there aren't any other suggestions right now, apparently. I just don't know which one to pick. This is gonna be wild. Don't let Shawi know this. Please don't let Shawi know this. You want one? Do you have something, Rio? What is it? Tell me. Tell me. Whisper in my ear. Whisper in my ear. Good sir. Charlie's gonna find out either way. True, they're following me. Bruh. Both are fine. I don't mind both. Right? Like all the other stories were in the video game sphere. But I never specified that it should be completely stay in the video game sphere, no? You could see what it is a movie and shows. Yeah. We could. Jesus Christ, that's... I feel like if... Oh my god. Help. I wonder if there is a fanfic for the Owl House, but again, there might be spoilers. Yeah, nothing too spoilery. If it isn't an alternate universe, that is. Oh my god. Transformers. What is there regarding Transformers, I wonder? Oh my. Transformers. What the? Transformers. More that meets the eyes. Okay, I'm just gonna pick something. Better something that is not too long. What is this? Overthinking. Oh, never mind. What in the... Okay. Just randomly finds a multi-crossover with Transformers, Doctor Who, Avengers, Batman, Ghostbusters, Godzilla, and Sonic. What? Doesn't fit the criteria though. What the hell? This is a language I cannot read. My Nihongo is not Jozu. Okay, this sounds like a good one. Silly goose, the hall isn't for sleeping. Okay. Let's just pick this. Got one. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm holding. We're holding. Everybody, we're holding. Grip. Hold it! On Discord. Brother! Okay. Okay, gonna copy this one. Okay, Project Zomboid. One wrong turn. Okay. I cannot say that I am that well versed in this one, so let's see what's in store. Holding hands. Why are you suddenly holding hands? I was saying hold it. We're holding, not you should now hold hands. Like what? What? Well, I am glad you could found move. Anyway, one wrong turn. Let's see what we have here. I blame Bill. You guys. For once in her life, Ruby didn't know who exactly was to blame. Perhaps her Uncle Tom, whose sickness had been the reason her family was on the road in the first place. He had come down with some new variant of the flu and had called his brother begging for someone to come down and help him while he recovered. Oh my god. I almost read something else! Oh my god. Oh, love is in the air. was I? Stop bugging me! Or I stop right here. Then we drive over and you do not get anything from McDonald's. Maybe your father was the culprit after all. It was his wrong turn that led them to this hell. Sorry, she meant Knox County. One wrong turn on the interstate and suddenly the world goes to shit. The worst part of it all was that her mom had noticed a mistake, commenting on how her father had gotten off the highway for 4 exits earlier, but that was so sure he was right. He just pointed to the map and kept driving. She nodded her head as the solution made itself apparent. Whomever taught her dad how to read maps, or more specifically taught him how to read maps incorrectly, was to blame for her current predicament. And should they ever come face to face, well, they would come to regret their lackluster teaching skills. But I wanted A and W. No complaining. The only thing we have is bromance. You mean to say it's guy love? It's love between two guys. She smiled to herself as she crept along, crouching down in hopes of avoiding detection. If only her classmates could see her now, matted hair, torn clothes, and moving carefully as she tried to escape the apocalypse. Pausing for a moment to check her surroundings, she found herself reminiscing, paying more attention to the quiet streets around her than on the old school assignments that her mind was pulling out of whatever drawer they had been stuffed into. Without warning, the regular assignment that one may receive when transferring schools came to mind. Describe yourself and your interests. Yet again, she smiled. Though her descriptions had changed over the years, she herself had stayed mostly the same. Ruby Chase, 15 years old, 5 feet 3 inches tall, blue-eyed with straight black hair that falls to the shoulders, though she does tend to put it up in a ponytail. Well, she did, but that is a story for later. She was in the 9th grade and she loved to sing, read and play video games. She didn't have many friends, but that was just her life. She had been diagnosed with autism and it was quite difficult for her to figure people out. It was only through books and video games that she was able to connect with others. By throwing herself deep into fantasy worlds, where things tended to be more logical than reality, she was able to connect socially with others, using her own competence with whatever game they were playing as something of a counter to her own poor social skills. Finally, arriving at her destination, she put all other thoughts out of her mind. The next few minutes were critical and would decide whether she would live to see the next sunrise. She moved around the small house carefully, not to make any unnecessary noise as she moved, seeing nothing outside of the house. She slowly moved to each of the 3 windows on the ground floor. Creeping to each window, she took quick peeks into the house. Over the past days, she had quickly learned how to spot even the smallest thing out of place with a single glance. Once more working her way around the house and not seeing anything within or outside, she crept to the back door. Doing her best to stay silent, she tested the doorknob, wincing as she discovered the door was locked. Taking a deep breath, she opened the window closest to her. Climbing through, she found herself in a small kitchen. Pots and pans stacked neatly off to one side of the counter. Carefully stepping onto the counter, she carefully moved the dirty dishes, which had been left in the sink, with closing both the window and its curtains behind her. Oh, hold on. I feel like I'm Ah, never mind. She carefully moved the dirty dishes which had been left in the sink, which she had just attempted to climb into. As she finally got through the window, she quickly gave the room a quick look. Seeing nothing, she turned back to the window, quickly closing both the window and its curtains behind her. Ruby silently crept from the kitchen. Oh, that was difficult. I was jumping in pots and pans. The pans! Not the pans! Carefully walking further, she entered a well-lit living room. Moving somewhat quicker, her panic temporarily overtaking her caution. She began looking for a light switch, and when she found it, one of those damn dials that dimmed the light instead of just turning off. She immediately twisted it as soon as it was within reach. Standing completely still in the now dark room, Ruby strained her ears, alert for any noise that might indicate if the change in lighting or her hurried movements had been detected. After a few moments, each of which felt more like hours, she once again began to move, much slower now, throughout the first floor of the house, moving from room to room. I cannot read anymore! Quickly ensuring that nothing hid in the darkness and any of the side rooms of the house. Ruby then crept over to the staircase, which have access to the second floor on the house. Walking upstairs, she carefully checked each of the 3 rooms. The first held a bed, end table, and a small dresser, opening into a closet on one end of the room. In addition to the sparse furnishings, the whole room was bare, empty. While she scanned the room, Ruby absently decided that this must have been a guest room. Shaking her head, as if to dislodge the unimportant deduction, she moved to the next room, opening the door slowly. She stepped back quickly when she saw the bathroom inside. If the past few days had taught her anything, it was that the creepy bastards who populated Knox County absolutely loved to hide out in bathrooms. Breathing deeply, Ruby looked down at her hand. The metal screwdriver that had saved her multiple times over the past 2 days had clenched tightly, ready to be used once more. She had picked it up earlier in the ordeal, snatching it off of a gas station counter as she sprinted away from... No! Ruby shook off the memory. She wasn't safe yet. Remembering, morning, could wait until she had finished clearing the house. With an easy born of a lot of recent practice, Ruby forced her mind back on the task at hand. Clear the house, make sure you are safe, live to see tomorrow. Easy, right? The no, by the way, was in the story. I'm sorry. Looking forward again, she once again moved into the bathroom, opening the door fully, and cleared the room. Breathing a sigh of relief, she once more returned to the hallway, outside, before moving to the final room. Pausing for a moment outside of the final room in the house, Ruby once more listened carefully. Once again, not hearing anything, she entered a room which she immediately identified as a nicely furnished bedroom. A good-sized bed flanked by end tables with a nice TV sitting atop a dresser. On one of the end tables lay a machine she recognized. A breathing machine, both similar and different to the one her mother used. Finishing her sweep of the room, she moved quickly to close the curtains of each room in the house before turning off any lights that had still been on. Completing her check of the room, she arrived back in the small living room adjacent to the kitchen, whose window she had used to enter the house. Moving to a chair conveniently positioned in the corner, Ruby allowed herself to relax for a moment. She was safe. Or as safe as one could be in the middle of hell. Removing her backpack, Ruby placed the worn bag on the floor beside the chair, before finally sitting down herself. Once more breathing a deep sigh of relief, Ruby began to take stock, mentally compiling a list of what she had on her person and in her backpack. It was a depressingly small list, only a handful of food items that wouldn't spoil. Her trusty screwdriver and the clothes she wore presently, all covered in blood after the running and fighting she had been doing over the past days. Finally at peace, Ruby allowed the thoughts and memories that had been attempting to assert themselves all day free rein. Almost immediately, her mind returned to the last night she had with her parents before and everything had changed. They hadn't known that anything out of the ordinary was happening until they had happened upon a roadblock. A pair of army vehicles, one of which had this huge mounted gun, were blocking the road. Seeing them, Dad began to slow down. As he did so, one of the soldiers exited the truck on the left. In the lights provided by the setting sun, the first thing that struck Ruby was that his face was covered. He wore full body armor, but not the type that you see soldiers wearing in movies. The entire time the soldier was walking to their car. Ruby was uneasy. What did that armor remind her of? It wasn't until the soldier reached the car that she figured out what was so familiar. It was the soldier's headgear. Originally, she was assumed that it was some kind of helmet, along with a mask that covered the soldier's face. But the soldier wasn't wearing a mask, but rather a modified version of some type of suit. Imagine a skin-tight diving suit with a US Army pattern attached to a gas mask covering the soldier's entire face and a ballistic helmet completing the look. It honestly looked a bit like a soldier dressed up as an astronaut. Not a single bit of skin was left uncovered. Stepping up to the car, the soldiers began speaking to Dad, explaining that the road ahead was blocking due to a quarantine in the next town over, that we had to turn back. Thanking him for the directions, my father shifted the car into reverse and began backing up. Okay, now it's first person. After some maneuvering, he had gotten the car turned around and began driving back into town. He didn't know it, but he was driving both himself and his family into hell itself. How fitting that now Silent Hill music is played after I read this. Bro, what are the odds? This playlist is amazing, I love it. Well, yeah, that's it. That is the story. Woo! Shout out to Rio for giving us this. Clap! Yeah, clap to him! Cheer for him! It was short. Yes, it was short, but this is exactly what I wanted in the first place. So you're fine. You did good. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired out. Like, bro, I was just reading! How is reading exhaust me so much? I don't get it. Oh, brother. Well, whatever. Actually, do you guys have other plans for the day or for whatever? Or what are your plans for tomorrow? Not really, why? I'm just asking, I'm curious. Am I not allowed to be interested in my own chat? In my own community? Is that it? Unbelievable. Nobody loves me here! And, ew, what is going on in some of the Discords, things I am in? I'm seeing a photo right now of someone, apparently they're cleaning. Not gonna lie, these bags look like they have dope. Kind of look like this is dope. Oh, Kato! Cute. Nothing after this, but tomorrow hopefully food shopping, then a friend's kid birthday party. Oh, nice, cool. I should go for groceries again myself too, actually. I'm running out of cereals and I need more stuff to drink. Huh. You love me? Really? Or are you just saying that out of pity? Maybe I'll do some voice acting tomorrow or learn a bit more on the guitar. Oh, nice, cool. Already know the answer. I guess I do. I guess I should. Oh my god. We do love you. In a way that's an arm's length, lol. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. When I say nobody loves me, I don't expect any one of you to just suddenly pop in front of my door and be like, marry me! Like, no! They will be like, go home, you creep! And then ban you and send the cops after you. Actually, I don't know what I should do tomorrow. Well, actually, maybe I do have a slight idea. But my mind is playing tricks on me again, as in, like, it's screaming on me. What's the point? You worst. You're weak. You suck. Stuff like that. Like usual. It's a daily basis by now. Would be surprised that I somehow got to your place. And I will officially call you a stalker. That part is a meanie. I know. That's what I've been living with this for almost 20 years. Sheesh. My. Okay, put depression. Hits like a bag of bricks. Yeah, for me it's hardcore depression. Like, what the hell is this even? This is not normal at this point. It is not. Whatever it is, it's not normal. Self-love is important. Well, here's the thing. Self-love is important. Yeah, that is true. But in my case, I always got the feeling or the impression that when I try to do self-love, I come off as arrogant, which I do not want. So what am I supposed to do then? If I hate myself, that's not good. If I love myself, that's not good either. What then? What am I supposed to do? I'm getting heated right now. I think this should really be a good stopping point now before I go into a tangent about God and life and everything. The meaning of life, which is 42, I know. Actually, let me see. Is there someone I can raid? There are some bigger fish as well as friends online who I can pick. It's been a while since I last interacted with Lily. Huh. Whew. Okay, again, there are options. Options I can choose from. What is this image? Never mind. Alright, help me out. Who should I pick? Who should get my poison today? Hope you enjoyed the stream, by the way, Mary. Well, heck yeah. That was a nice change of pace, honestly. Even though my throat right now is screaming at me. But, Who are the options? Well, besides some bigger fish, like I said, as in bigger streamers, which I honestly do not want to bother. Then again, it would benefit myself. Then again, I don't want to be a bother. There's also Bisque, and there's also someone I haven't raided in a long time, Duck Warrior Lily, who is playing right now TCG Card Shop Simulator. There are still people playing this? Flip a coin! That's not helping! Lily? Okay, Lily it is. Duck Warrior Lily. I mean, the last I remembered from her that she is a cutie. And Jesus Christ, there's really a lot of time. Time has passed. They have a new model. And Ooh la la, looking good. I mean, I'm gonna start the raid now. Well, anyway, thank you guys for stopping by into this a little bit smaller sized stream, and yeah, it has been a pleasure to have entertained you at least for a little while. Well, wherever you are, have a good morning, good day, good evening, good night. Stay fluffy as you are. Say hi to Lily, or else. And see you all next time. Goodbye. Goodbye.